Stick War Legacy's Tournament Mode. A game mode that had a lot of potential when it was first introduced to the game's beta, but ultimately ended up falling on its face. Now before we begin, I do want to make something clear. I received a question when I posted my Armored Squad video basically asking, "You're making a whole new video on a whole new game, are you leaving the Stick War series?" The answer to that question is a massive no. I grew up on the series, my channel is based on the series. I do still immensely enjoy it, even though I'm not a fan of the game currently being made right now. I do still love the series, and I still want to keep playing it. However, what caused me to create that Armored Squad video is a lot of speculation of the limitations of the Stick War series where it currently stands for a small content creator like myself. So I'm just going to go ahead and break it down. So in terms of Stick War content, I have technically four options. Stick War 2, Stick Empires being the less than reliable option. Then we got Stick War Legacy and Stick War 3. With Stick War 2, that's the game that I'm enjoying the most right now, especially with being able to mod it. But I do not want to exhaust the Stick War 2 content, because if I exhaust it and the views drop, then that content's done for. I do not want to over-exert it. So that's why I don't want to upload it as frequently. That leaves me with Stick Empires, Legacy, and Stick War 3. Nobody plays Stick Empires anymore. The game was unfortunately dead, so that just kind of seals that deal. Then we have Stick War 3. You all know how I feel about that game. I absolutely despise it. It's been in a disgusting state ever since the alpha, and I flat out refuse to do anything with it right now. So that's just completely off the freaking table. So at least with this game, Stick War Legacy, the issue with this game being, there isn't enough I can do. It's just too repetitive and boring in terms of making good content for it. Now, I am no Baron Von Games. I can't make anything entertaining just like that. And his channel is way bigger than mine, so he's always gonna have a supportive fan base that likes everything he makes. I'm not exactly the same way. I like making action-packed content that keeps the viewer watching the video. And the majority of Stick War Legacy doesn't allow me to do that. And the tournament mode is one of the biggest things for it. Now, as I said before, when this game mode first released on Legacy's beta, it was great. It was really good, because everything was new, being introduced to the new content, not knowing what to expect. Well, what happened over the years, especially after Stick War Legacy was completed? Nothing happened. And the tournament mode now sits in this stagnant state that really just doesn't go anywhere. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember my old Spin the Wheel series for Legacy, and it was specifically for the tournament mode. I thought that idea for content had potential, and then I realized just how exhausted the content was getting. Especially, like, the views reflected how bad it was, which is why I had to stop doing it. And it plays into why I don't feature Legacy as much on my channel, because I don't have a ton of fun playing this game. If I don't have fun playing a game, then the resulting boredom will reflect itself on the video. If I'm not enjoying it, I don't think you guys will enjoy it, basically. So the thing with the tournament mode is everything is the same every single time. You already know what to expect from each NPC, and it basically removes that surprise factor. Like, you can do the same thing every single time. Like, this is just way too easy to do. There we go, killed Cindy's first 3 swords, and now thanks to the Voltaic skin, I can do some monstrous statue damage from a safe distance. So this will be just an easy clap on Cindy. Now, she's one of the rare AI opponents to play against, and even when you do play against her, it's nothing special at all. It really isn't. Well, there we go. We basically just stomped through Cindy's reinforcements. That was so difficult, wasn't it? As I was saying before, there's just no variety, or just no anything in the tournament mode, and it all just evolved into just a boring, repetitive, bland game mode. Which again is why I had to stop the Spin the Wheel series, because there was only so much I could do with it. And I couldn't put in any surprise factor of, wow, I can't believe they did that, when I already know what they're going to do every single time. There's no random factor in the tournament mode where every time you play, you would get something different from the tournament NPCs every time. If we had something like that, then the tournament mode would be way better. Just something that changes up the AI strategy or changes up the spells they use. The fact that there is just nothing to make the tournament mode any more interesting makes it very hard for a small content creator like myself to make entertaining content for it. I do recall making a legacy poll a while back, basically asking, do people still want legacy content? And the majority of votes was yes, an overwhelming amount of yes votes. And I do feel a little bit disappointed that I can't deliver on that, because I just can't think of what to do to make it entertaining. And I've done everything in the textbook to make it more challenging and interesting. The same mode runs with no upgrades, no skins. I've done that like a million times, to the point where it's just a huge boredom even doing that. Or trying different challenges like all archer rush or archer run challenges, or all sword wrath, all spear tins. I've done that. I've done everything I possibly could to make the game entertaining, and it just I just can't stay hooked on it. I really can't. And even with the addition of the voltaic skins, it's pretty much all we have now. Like, I'm not even sure if Legacy is going to receive any more updates after this for a while, because Stick War 3 remains the biggest focus of the developers, and again, I don't want to get into the state of that game right now, because I think it pretty much speaks for itself. Here we go, going for a super predictable Archidon rain. No surprises there. Like I said, the surprise factor right now just does not exist. Here we go, we get Willow Deathmatch next, and I guarantee I already know what she's gonna do. Start off with Giants, then Magi Kill, then transition to Archer Mass. You can obliterate all of that with ease. It's not even a contest, really. Yeah, see, I'm even running out of things to talk about right now. Like, there's nothing to discuss here, because I know what the AI is gonna do here every time. There's, again, no surprise factor. It just doesn't exist. Oh, what do you know? An Archidon rain. I bet nobody saw that coming. Well, there we go. We're on to the quote-unquote pro player, Crazy J himself, and it's Super Deathmatch. And again, no surprise factor. I don't know. It might just be me and my expectations being too high or something like that, but really does feel like for a small content creator, I can't go anywhere with Legacy because I can't make entertaining content on something that you're going to expect to see over and over and over every time. There you go. Kill that one. Second gold boost. As expected, we see a giant and a bunch of... There's always a bunch of Spiritans coming in on the second gold wave from every single tournament player. Every single one. You always see a wave of Spiritans in the second wave. And it really isn't all that impressive. For the most part, they're pretty easy to deal with. There we go, we're already forcing the retreat. I do feel like the AI user controlling thing is not used as much as it should be. Like every once in a blue moon, I'll see a pro player kiting with their archer. And that's, again, once in a blue freaking moon. And probably the most disappointing thing about it is this. Now he's saying shiny gold. What does it have to do with the statue turret? Absolutely nothing. The reason why he said shiny gold is because Crazy J and Wesley both used to use golden Spiritans. They would summon actual golden Spiritans in the tournament mode's early beta days. And that was the definition of actually fun to play against. Because with something like that, you had a super powerful Spiritan that you had to fight. Every time enough time passed in the match. And it was a lot of fun fighting those golden Spiritans. I can't tell you how much fun it was. And now they no longer do that. Like, I don't even know when this happened, but it was a while back. It was changed to where they both no longer summon golden Spiritans. They both use statue turret. Boring, bland-ass statue turret. That is what they use now. And the crazy thing is, like, members of the community try to look for legacy versions back in the past where Crazy J and Wesley used to use golden Spiritans. And those versions could not be found because I believe they go all the way back into the beta and there was no version of that available to get. So again, just overall disappointing. Now I have the Infinity fan pack, so this no longer applies to me, but I wonder if people that don't have the fan pack still have to wait 3 hours to play the next tournament game, and it's either that or pay 178 gems to skip the 3 hours. If that still exists, that's a massive scam. Massive scam. Because the tournament mode is so bland that there's just no reason to have a wait timer on it. It's the same thing every single time. The replayability is nearly non-existent unless you want to fool around with the skins versus the AI or go for no upgrade challenges, which, again, I've done a million times and I just don't think would do well for legacy content. I don't know. I could be completely wrong here. But yeah, just a video wanting to express how I felt about that.